most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
We're the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today, in honor of the Super Bowl, Brad, we're going to talk about 5 surprising habits by NFL star Tom Brady that turn back time. I was going to say turn back the hands of time, but I'm thinking younger people don't even know what that is anymore because they all have digital clocks.
They can't even read analog clocks.
Analog clocks had little hands on them. And you know, the idea was you could turn it back, means you could make yourself younger.
I think they get it, Bob.
All right. By the way, Tom Brady is 41 years old, but he's going to be participating in his 9th Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And the guy still plays like he's a young kid. And these are some of the things he does to achieve that. And by the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. And by the time this video comes up, by the way, we should have hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. But you want to join us also on Instagram and Facebook, Bob and Brad, official Bob and Brad, because we are giving away, we've decided, I think we're going to try to do this, Brad. We're going to give away something every week.
Every week this year?
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm going to try to give away, we're going to try to give away something every week.
You really can't go wrong.
No, you can't go wrong.
Well, let's carry on with,
let's get started.
With Tom.
Okay, number 1. The first unusual, surprising habit that he does, he gets a lot of sleep. He goes to bed at 9 o'clock, and he doesn't get up until 5 or 6 a.m. Using the math, that's 8 or 9 hours, Brad.
Is it using digital clock or using
analog?
That's
right, analog. So, and you know, the more I read about sleep, the more I understand the importance of it.
Sure.
I mean, you don't want to overdo it, but you really do. I mean, it really does make you younger. It also extends your life.
Right. Yeah. So, I guess that's not a real surprising one to me, but I mean, some people may.
You're right. Next thing we're going to talk about is muscle pliability. Now, I read his book, The TB12 Method, Tom Brady 12 Method, How to Achieve a Lifetime of Sustained Peak Performance. And the thing he talks about over and over in this book is muscle pliability, basically softening the muscles. And he talks about how when he was, before he started this, he used to ache all the time. His joints would ache, and now he's done this, and he no longer has the pain that he did before. So,
and you know, at 41 years old, that high level playing football
is unbelievable in the NFL.
But that makes sense. If you can keep the muscle pliable, I'm thinking circulation is getting in and out of the muscle, which is going to help heal it. And tight muscles are always associated with injuries. And if you keep them loose, less injury as well. So that
he made it even sound like he can take hits better because the muscles are pliable. I don't know if that's true or not, because those big guys are coming down upon you. I don't know if that's going to help you.
He would know.
So we got a bunch of foam rollers here that you can use for a muscle pliability. That's probably one of the better ways to go about. There's other ways,
but that's one of the main things he uses.
He often uses a vibrating foam roller, even,
which is more aggressive.
Yeah, more aggressive, and they're a lot more expensive. We like the ones from OPTP. They're down in our favorite product down in Amazon below here. But do you mind just showing the hamstring, Brad, since you're all dressed up?
Yes, I'll show, Bob.
These are nice ones because they're a little bit less dense, and they're just a little bit easier to tolerate.
Yeah, so, you know, if you're real aggressive, I would assume like Tom Brady is using the vibrating one, and that's a more firm one. That's pretty aggressive, but it depends on your tolerance level and your own liking. But
usually the hamstring can tolerate it pretty well. But if you start getting into the IT band, or you start even getting into the quad, it seems like that's a muscle that's a little more difficult to tolerate. So,
or using it on your back, my thoracic back. I like the softer one.
Yeah,
you know, it's a little less muscle there. You know, I'm not a big, strong He-Man muscle man, so I got a little less muscle there.
Yeah, we don't even like using the foam roller on the low back, which we mentioned before, but we like using it on the mid back. We've got plenty of videos on this, so you can look it up on how to do the muscle pliability. But I've become a big believer in it. I think a lot of athletes, pro athletes, have really started to understand this and are doing this now.
Sure.
So,
should we go to the next one?
Yeah, let's go to the next one.
Right.
Number 3 is diet. He eats 80% vegetables and 20% protein, but he also has the 80-20 rule, which I've just started reading up on, Brad. 80% of his diet is alkaline, and 20% is acidic. And alkaline is a lot of the vegetables.
Sure.
And the idea is, again, to decrease inflammation in the body. And you read more and more about this now, trying to keep the inflammatory levels down. You know, it's going to help with arthritis. It's going to help with some of those systemic diseases like fibromyalgia and stuff like that.
Right.
Keeping the inflammation down. So he seeks out the foods that are anti-inflammatory and antioxidants. It's funny because a teammate was talking about him, and this Heath Evans, he was a teammate in like 2008. He said he watched Tom Brady one time eating an omelet, and they had put some sausages in the omelet.
Yeah.
He surgically removed those those sausages and would not eat them.
Wow.
So he is very dedicated and very
particular.
Yeah, very particular. So he eats little to no fruit, which is interesting. Which you know, there are good fruits.
Sure.
But there is some sugar in fruit, and if you it's not refined sugar, but they have a high glycemic level. Some of them.
Yeah.
So you know the ones that are good, are really good actually are raspberries, blackberries, strawberries.
Yeah.
Those are all really
I'm
good.
sold on grapefruit. I don't tell anybody says grapefruit has done me wonders. You know, that's just anecdotal.
What does it help? What does it help you?
I haven't had a cold. I eat grapefruit every day for the last 5 to 10 years. I've never had a notable cold since.
No kidding.
I'll probably get one next week.
That's right. I'm sure you will now.
But yeah, I really think pretty much most fruits are going to be good for you. But there's ones better.
I have
than
no problem
others.
with fruits, but I think you can overdo it on fruits. I had a friend that ate fruits all the time, and he gained a lot of weight.
Well, yeah.
So,
well, you know, we're not talking about Tom now.
No, okay, Tom, only whole grains and no white sugar. The number 4 thing that is unusual that he strengthens. Here he is, big NFL star. He strengthens using exercise tubing or exercise bands.
Right here.
So we have our wall anchor here, and we have the body elastic.
Right, the body elastic bands are great.
They're nice because they're anti-snap. Again, you can see these down in our list below, but we invented the wall anchors. That's the device to help hook them up to. And Brad and I are big proponents of this. To me, I always say, Brad, if there's no other reason, you should get it for posture alone. Because my wife and I both, we'll come up to this during the day, and we'll just do some of these, and work on strengthening those posture muscles.
Right.
Because they're so important. I mean, it prevents back, neck problems if you can keep
well,
those
like
strong.
Tom Brady, this is, I don't know if that's all he does, but
he does.
This is all I do with, I mean, not those exercises, but this is the only resistance training I do, with the exception of push-ups and pull-ups.
Yeah, it's very functional, too. You can go in different patterns.
Balance. Yeah. There's a lot of great things. And like with Tom Brady, you got to be nimble, balanced.
Right.
And
toss that ball 50 yards or 60
while
yards.
you're running backwards.
Well, yeah, and a big guy is chasing you.
Right.
So, and number 5, Brad, you're not going to like this one at all.
What?
Little to no alcohol. He doesn't drink. And that's a little controversial in my mind because...
I like that. It's his problem.
Well, no,
I'm just kidding.
It's been said, and I've read many, many times that, 1 to 2 drinks a day for a man, 1 drink a day for women. Right. It can actually be beneficial. It's not even bad for you. It's actually beneficial.
Well, it's like anything, moderation.
Right.
Moderation, good common sense, and everyone is fine with that.
So are you pulling for the Patriots, or you want the Rams, or who do you want?
Well, Bob, I'm a Packer fan. It's been a tough year for us, and I don't know. But, you got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, here's a Packer fan.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I like Tom because he's a little older. He's doing well, and I think I'm going to vote for
I'm going to go for the Rams then.
Are you?
Yeah, since you go for the Patriots, I'll go for the
There
Rams.
you go.
All right. Thanks for watching.